The MP-44 Sturmgewehr, often considered the world's first assault rifle, emerged during a pivotal period in military history, World War II. This firearm represents a unique chapter in the evolution of infantry weaponry, combining elements of both rifles and submachine guns. In the early 1940s, warfare tactics were undergoing a significant transformation. The trench warfare of World War I had become obsolete, replaced by a new emphasis on close combat, rapid fire, and overwhelming firepower. Germany, at the forefront of technological innovation, recognized the necessity of equipping its infantry with a weapon that could provide both accuracy and a high rate of fire. One of the central challenges in this endeavor was the need for a new cartridge. Most infantry combat was occurring within a relatively short range of 300 to 400 yards. To address this, the 7.92 m Kurzpatrone, or short cartridge, was developed. This cartridge cleverly retained the same caliber as the existing 8 mm Mauser cartridge, avoiding the need for extensive retooling in the munitions industry. The manufacturing process of the MP-44 was a departure from traditional firearms production. Unlike previous designs, which relied on highly machined components, the MP-44 utilized stamped and pressed metal parts. This innovation aimed to streamline production by allowing different components to be manufactured independently and in parallel. Bringing the MP-44 to the battlefield was not without its challenges. Initial coordination issues among various vendors led to underdeliveries. However, these problems were eventually resolved, and production exceeded quotas by early 1943. Troops who received the MP-44 found it to be a formidable weapon, combining firepower and maneuverability effectively. The MP-44 was a game-changer in terms of combat performance. Its select-fire capability allowed soldiers to switch between semi-automatic and fully automatic fire, making it versatile in different combat scenarios. This versatility enhanced the infantry's ability to lay down suppressive fire, engage in close-quarters combat, and provide accurate shots at longer ranges. The 7.92 mm Kurzpatrone, while smaller in size compared to conventional rifle cartridges, was still potent enough to deliver lethal force. This combination of firepower, controllability, and ammunition capacity made the MP-44 a formidable weapon on the battlefield. The MP-44's closed bolt-firing mechanism and gas piston system contributed to its reliability. Soldiers could keep the weapon at the ready without exposing the chamber to the elements, a significant advantage during harsh weather conditions. When the Allies encountered the MP-44 on the battlefield or captured it in combat zones, their perception of the weapon was a mixture of awe and intrigue. Its design was revolutionary, and it challenged the existing norms of infantry firearms. Initially, some Allied troops may have been puzzled by this new German weapon, as it deviated from the more traditional bolt-action rifles they were accustomed to. As the war progressed and the MP-44's reputation grew, Allied soldiers and commanders began to recognize its effectiveness. It was evident that the Germans had created a firearm that combined the best attributes of rifles and submachine guns, offering their infantry an advantage in battle. Interestingly, Adolf Hitler, known for his skepticism of new weapons, initially hesitated to embrace the MP-44. He favored the traditional Mauser rifle and was a proponent of standardization in munitions. The weapon's initial designation as a Karabiner aimed to disguise its revolutionary nature. Hitler's approval for limited production only came in late 1943. The MP-44 wasn't just a rifle, it represented a weapon system. Innovative accessories, such as the Krummerlauf, a bent barrel for firing around corners, and the Vampire, an early night vision system, were developed. These accessories expanded the rifle's capabilities and demonstrated forward thinking in infantry weaponry. While the MP-44 did not flood the battlefield in large numbers, its influence on firearms development cannot be overstated. It holds the distinction of being the world's first select-fire assault rifle, a design concept that would shape future generations of firearms. Notably, the iconic AK-47 bears the imprint of the MP-44's legacy. By the war's end, many of the experienced German soldiers were dead or wounded. The toll of years of brutal conflict had decimated the ranks of seasoned infantrymen. The ranks of the German army were filled with inexperienced Volksgrenadier units, who lacked training and could make little tactical use of their new assault rifle. While the MP-44's innovative design allowed relatively inexperienced soldiers to wield it effectively, there is no denying that having more battle-hardened troops familiar with this weapon could have been a game-changer. If this weapon had been available in greater quantities earlier in the war, it might have altered the course of many battles. Imagine if entire infantry divisions had been equipped with the MP-44 from the outset of the war. The increased volume of accurate automatic fire could have shifted the balance of power on the battlefield. The MP-44's potential to provide covering fire, suppress enemy positions, and engage in close-quarters combat could have been a game-changer in the early years of the conflict.